Hi everybody, welcome to another Georgia Crafts tutorial. Today I'm going to give you my top tips for stamping. It's really exciting, this is our first ever paper craft tutorial, so thanks for joining in. Today I've got with me a clear polymer stamp, an acrylic block, some StazOn permanent ink and some super smooth white card. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give you my top tips for stamping because this is something I really struggled with when I first started crafting. So this is a solvent based ink, so it's got this little plastic cover on. Don't throw that away because that stops all your ink evaporating. And because it's solvent based, obviously make sure you have the winners open and things like that. So when it comes to putting ink on your stamp, you don't want to press too hard on the ink pad because then you'll cover up all of the area around your stamp with ink. As you can see, my block's got a few inky marks on it anyway from me being quite careful. So just gently, you can either pick up your ink pad and just sort of tap it on like this. Then you know you've got a good coverage on your stamp and you're all good to go. Don't wipe because you actually take the ink off the stamp if you do that. So just gently tap the stamp until you're happy. Okay. So then when you come to do your stamp, make sure you've got a nice flat surface. You want a good quality card, so I've got super smooth. So then I've got a good quality stamp and I've got a good quality ink as well, so I should get a nice crisp image. So what you do, decide where you want to put it, gently just touch the cardstock with the stamp. This is really important, don't take both hands off. You need to just provide an even pressure all over the stamp. And when you're happy, lift it off, and there you've got a nice stamped image. Now I'm going to show you a few things that can go wrong with stamping. So I've already told you about wiping. You're not going to get as good impression. So can you see how that's kind of streaky and faded compared to this one we did in the middle? So another thing not to do when you're stamping is to rock the stamp. So by that I mean sort of wobbling your acrylic block forwards and backwards or side to side, and the reason for that is you will get squidgy bits all around. Can you see it's not as nice and crisp as it is here? It looks okay, but this is sort of better looking. Another thing not to do is to push really hard down on your stamp. Because then again it goes kind of thicker than you would like, because can you see you've got these really lovely fine lines. If you do that with a more detailed stamp, you're in danger of getting it blurry and losing the detail. I'll just show you what happens. So when I did this first one, you'll remember that I said make sure you always leave one hand on your stamp. So this is what happens if you don't. Okay, so I'm going to push it and you can see I've sort of double stamped. Obviously I've exaggerated a bit so you can see, but you know, whereas if I pop my stamp, get another piece of paper or card, if I just gently push my stamp, and if I want to move my hand, make sure that I'm holding on to my stamp block. Okay, so you can see there I've not moved around and I've got all my detail in there. Sometimes when you stamp, you can sort of, maybe you haven't got the whole stamp inked, so I'll just, again, I'll exaggerate to show you. So you'd be doing everything perfectly but you haven't got all your stamp inked. You'll see here it looks like it's sort of paler and it's missed a few bits out. if that happens, you can try, it depends how good your eyes are, you can try and line your stamp up, because your block's clear and your stamp's clear. You can try and line your stamp up and just go over it again. But again, you can see I've double stamped. I'm not very good at this. So I just want to show you a piece of equipment that's really, really good if you're new to stamping, or if you've got sort of dexterity problems, or you find that you're struggling. This piece of equipment is made by a lady called Tony Darroch, who runs a company called Stamps by Me. She's got loads of really lovely products. This is the Eureka 101 and it's in the picture postcard size. It comes in the pouch, so it keeps it protected, and it also comes with a paintbrush. Mine's downstairs because I'm not using it. What this is the stamping platform. So this is made of acrylic, the lid, and all you do is you pop your paper into where you're going to go. The magnet keeps the paper in the same place, so you know that your paper's not going to move. And take your stamp and just lie it wherever you want it, on your picture, on your card, whatever. Close the lid. Make sure that your stamp is stuck to it. Get your ink pad ready. And then just gently cover your stamp with ink, and then just press gently all over, and you can see I've got a really lovely stamp there. It's not too, I've not pressed too hard, I've got ink all in the right places and I haven't missed any bits. What you can do, again I'll show you exaggerated just so it's easy for you to see on the video. So I'm going to stamp again, and I'm going to show you why these are so good, these stamping platform type tools. So I've positioned my stamp where I want it. Just make sure it's attached. Ink up. Okay, and then what we do, we're going to stamp our image again. Oops. And I can see that I've missed part of the wing. Now, before, when I showed you lining up your acrylic block over and trying to stamp it again, you saw what a mess I made of it. So, let me just re-ink my stamp. And then close my lid. And there you go, you've finished it off. You would never know that you'd made a mistake. You haven't sort of double stamped anything, and you can go back and do that as many times as you like. So if you do find that you're struggling to get sort of the perfect stamp, try one of these stamping platforms. I really like the Eureka because you can it's the only one I know that comes with sort of the wells around the outside, so that you can do painting and sort of watercolour techniques, anything like that, or inking, bits and pieces. Really good for mixed media as well, whereas a lot of the other ones are simply just sort of two pieces of acrylic that fold together. So Tony's is just a little bit different, and for that reason I think it's a little bit nicer. But it's up to you what products you buy. It's your money. I hope that was helpful for you. If there's anything else you'd like to know, any more tips and techniques, then get in touch with us on our Facebook page, on our blog, in the comments. We're now on Twitter and Pinterest as well. So we really want to hear from you. Thanks very much, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.